So we finished with our front face and the design, and now we are ready to make the sides of the model. So just to update you, so mine's 2.2. I'll click right here, and my dimensions are 2.2 by 4.6. So I want to remember that 2.2 when I go ahead and do the side, because of course I want to make it the same height. So let's see, we're going to start with a new part. So new part, okay, and this is going to be our standard procedure. I'll use the right plane just so that it's all in the same orientation when it goes together. I'll use the same center rectangle and click anywhere. As you know, we're not trying to hit exact dimensions at that point because we need smart dimension to set our dimensions. So this is the one that'll be 2.2. Now for this dimension, again it's arbitrary. I'm going to make mine the golden ratio of the front width, and that means that my top or lid will come out as a golden ratio rectangle. So this is going to be 4.6 divided by the golden ratio 1.62. Now that's just a rough number, 2.84. Of course that is not a multiple of 0.2. Not that it has to be. You could do this side face differently, but it's probably easiest if we make it a multiple of that. So with my calculator, I'm doing 2.84 divided by 0.2. That's 14.2. So my choices would either be 13 or 15 increments of that. So I'm going to do 15. 15 times 0.2 or 3. Okay, so that's my basic dimensions. And I'm ready to do the fingers in the bottom. Okay, so same procedure as before. You might be wondering and thinking ahead, but doesn't the top have to cut out a little bit of this front? It does, and that's going to be done automatically. There's going to be a little notch made here, and another one here, and so on up for each of the front fingers. But we don't have to draw them manually. Those will be automatic. We just need to draw them for this bottom. And then in terms of the spacing of that, you could either use the same spacing of 0.2 as we've been doing. So I'm going up the thickness of the bottom, which is going to be about 1/10. And then I'm going over roughly 1/10. And of course none of these dimensions matter because we're going to be setting them. So now hitting escape to get out. I'm going to use smart dimension, and first I'll set this height. That's the thickness of my wood, 0.11. And I also want to set the finger width of 0.2 from there to there and there to there. So I could either do that point and that point, set that to 0.2, and now I can set hitting escape to get out. I'm going to set that length equal to, see, I can't do it. So I'm going to use trim, escape, trim, trim to closest, get rid of that one and that one. And that's just a leader line, that's not part of it. Now I'm going to get out of trim with an escape and select, shift select, and I'm going to make those equal. Okay. And then basically the hard work's done. Now we select those items and we pattern them. Linear sketch pattern, x-axis, our increment's 0.4. Number of instances, well, it was 15 and we wanted one less, so 14, because I need half of that. Right, 7, because it's 0.4. Okay, so that should work. And now I just complete it. Okay, escape. And that sketch is done. I can exit the sketch, make the thickness 0.11, and my side plate without the design. The side plate is done as far as we need to for this purpose. Okay, so now I'm ready to make my bottom. I want to remember that 3 because that's going to be one of the dimensions of the bottom. And I'm going to start with a new part. Okay, we're going to do another extrusion. Might as well use this plane since that's the orientation of it. A center-oriented rectangle. Dimension. Okay, so this is going to be the same as the width of the side, which was 3. And this is going to be the same as the width of the front, which was 4.6. And we're almost done. We're going to exit that sketch, 0.11, and there we go. And let's save that part and save the other one. So I'll call this one the bottom. And I'll place it where it needs to go later. And I forgot to save the side, which is this one. File, save as, and I'll call that a side. And I'll put that where it needs to go as well later. So I've saved those and I've put them all in the same folder, and I've actually closed out of SolidWorks, quit SolidWorks. So if you wanted to have a different front than a back, then the time to do that would be now. There's my front with the pattern. I'm going to copy that and paste it, and I'm going to call this the back. And I'll say pattern just to let me know that it has a pattern on it. And similarly, I'm going to make a copy of my bottom and call it the lid or the top, because the bottom is definitely going to be different than that, except they do have the same dimensions. So I can save myself a little bit of work by simply copying and renaming the part right there. So now we have the sides all have the same, the left to right side. And now we have our 5 parts that we are ready to reopen in SolidWorks.